Welcome to 23 Degrees Sideways. I'm going to start with a little bit of housekeeping before we get into the fun stuff for tonight. And housekeeping. The key to this project is consistency, so I need to keep getting videos out to you fairly often, which means I also need to build up a backlog. That's kind of difficult because that's my goal, and my commitment to you all is going to be consistency. My commitment to you is going to be for 3 videos a week, and who knows, I'll probably get that up to 1 or 2 videos a day at some point. I don't have an alternative distribution system right now. I am 23 degrees on minds.com. I'm going to start bringing this up and start figuring out how to get on BitChute and everything, because right now the censorship wars are getting pretty brutal, you know, and I'm at the point where if I say the wrong word, I could probably get shut down. Anyone can get shut down. This isn't like I feel targeted and I'm being paranoid. I'm watching this happen. Anyway, let's move in. So I was having some adventures on Reddit this week, and Reddit's always an interesting place, and you get you can sort of see, if you analyze things, how different communities respond to different kinds of topics. For example, if I actually try to have a conversation in the Jordan Peterson subreddit, if I challenge ideas, if I say, hey, what about this, what if that, don't trust the government or the ethics or something on this position that you have, because you have to see how it can be hacked and broken. If I say anything that is not critical exactly, but if I challenge people to think and have a conversation, if I try to develop ideas, I get downvoted hard. It's almost like when the brigades come in and downvote everything in the Jordan Peterson subreddit. So there's another subreddit I'm on. It's diet related, and I am on a carnivore diet, and I'm going to have to get into that at some point. I've been trying to not make videos about that because it's one of the really weird things, but I'm going to start making videos on it because it's one of the really weird things. And one of the people was having adaptation issues. One of the things that a lot of people who start the carnivore diet first realize in the first couple of weeks is that their sleep patterns change dramatically. And that's what this video is about. This video is about sleeping. So when I started carnivore, my story is pretty normal for my age group and my history. I started carnivore as a sort of a, not quite a last ditch, but kind of a last ditch effort to get rid of some autoimmune problems, serious allergies, skin rashes, stuff like that. Sleep apnea is part of that, but high cortisol levels and an inability to sleep soundly, you can't lose weight with that. You just can't, okay? You raise the cortisol levels and you don't sleep, so they don't go down, so they go up higher. And then you're drinking coffee to stay awake, and coffee stimulates cortisol higher and higher and higher. You need some cortisol. That's absolutely true, okay? I'm also have been on corticosteroids. So it's like this nightmare scenario. Well, carnivore tends to immediately, for just about everyone, clear up a lot of issues that lead to better sleep, especially if you do real carnivore. So the real carnivore diet, you start off with an autoimmune phase. For most people, some people don't do this. A lot of people don't give up coffee or cheese because they're both highly addictive and gotta get your drugs. But a strict carnivore, you'll try at least the first 30-60 days on beef water salt. Sometimes that's more like red meat water salt, so beef, lamb, goat, and water and salt. A lot of people avoid pork, and there's some very serious reasons for that. It has to do with the farming and how the pork is produced. A lot of people, on the other hand, just go with bacon. So who knows? For autoimmune purposes, beef, water, salt. So strict carnivore, that first 10 days, 2 weeks, your cortisol levels start to drop because you're not drinking coffee. Your sleep patterns are a little bit more stable because you're not drinking coffee, and that lowers your cortisol levels just a little bit more. Also, you tend to have, if you have any allergy problems, any nasal problems, breathing problems, getting rid of all of the possible allergies, that helps you immensely, and your cortisol levels drop a little bit more because you're sleeping better. So you sleep much better. It's one of the known things. It's just one of the common things. This happens to some extent on some other diets, and it depends on how many allergens, how many toxins you're cutting out. So someone came into a carnivore community and started posting about how, it's been 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and suddenly he's not sleeping through the night. He's waking up several times. He's having vivid dreams, and he hasn't dreamed in years, and he just wants it to all go away and stop. Well, so I made a couple of comments, and one of the comments was, hey, first off, you might be catching up on your dreams. It's not healthy to not dream, okay? This goes right into your quality of sleep, your quality of life, your psyche, your psychological health, and again, with your stress levels. You need to dream. You need to dream. So I put this comment up there. It says, you need to dream. You might be catching up on dreams, and sometimes, a lot of people are programmed to wake up for a minute or two every couple hours if they're sleeping well. Sleeping like a log, sleeping like the dead, is actually not a very healthy thing. I got downvoted. I got downvoted hard. Dreamless sleep is bad for you. I said that. And wow, I got downvoted hard. People have these kinds of presuppositions and beliefs and things that aren't supposed to happen. And we're very against dreaming right now because it's not very rational. It's very necessary. It's crucial. It's critical to your mental health. So, dream. And yes, you can catch up on dreaming. If you've actually had so much time where your sleep quality has been so low that you haven't been dreaming, you'll actually dream more than normal when you do start dreaming. For a while there, I was at a point where if I closed my eyes for 30 seconds just to rest, started dreaming. It was pretty intense. It's mind-blowing. It's wonderful. It's fun. But a lot of people really don't like dreams right now. If you're sleeping like a log and you're not dreaming, let me back up a little bit. A lot of people don't remember their dreams. That doesn't mean you're not dreaming. And you can usually get a handle on that with something like a basic $50, $80 Fitbit thing. Like, this is a Garmin, however you pronounce it, and it works pretty well. But sleep trackers are not that big a deal. You can do sleep studies too, but that costs money or insurance or doctors or whatever. So, sleep tracker, if you're going into REM and you're going into the deep sleep, then fine. You don't have to remember them. But you have to sleep well enough to dream in the first place. Very few people actually never remember any dream ever. You'll often remember a snatch or something when you wake up. Just tell yourself, write it down if you have a notebook, I did dream. And that'll help you be aware of your own mental space and mental health capacity, as far as dreaming goes, at least. Taking notes is important. Yeah, we have robots to run here. They're kind of squirrely. Dreaming is important. Quality of sleep is important. Quality of sleep is probably the biggest thing with your daily stress and weight loss issues that people don't talk about. So let's talk about waking up. 10 days off of coffee, I wake up like you would not believe. It's better. It's like I wake up like I've already had 3 cups of coffee. I'm on the bounce. Bounce out of bed. I'm doing great. It's amazing, okay? Quality of sleep and lack of allergens and the whole carnivore diet. Carnivore diets change your body chemistry a lot. That all helps. But I wake up very well. I also, sometimes, not all the time, it kind of depends on environment, will wake up pretty much every hour on the hour for a minute or two. Just take a look around. Everything's fine. Everything's still quiet. Go back to sleep. Right away. That's not uncommon, okay? I know people, and I have one in my house, who get up for a couple hours in the middle of the night, and they just have some quiet time, and then they go right back to sleep. That's not uncommon. It's a little less common, but it's not uncommon or wrong in any way. Sleeping through the night like you're a dead person is not necessarily what you would call an evolutionary survival behavior, and it's not a surprise that not everyone does that. So this is not unhealthy to wake up or wake up several times. The question is, can you go back to sleep? Do you start running through chains of recall in your head and just get yourself stressed out? These are the things you have to ask yourself. Do you have the mental self-control to go back to sleep? Turn the lights off in your body. That's one of the mental tricks. You just kind of turn the light switches off. Every joint, every bone, every section of your body, you'll be asleep in like 3 minutes. I'm in that rambling phase, but we've covered sleep quality is very important to your basic physical and mental health and your stress levels. You need to find ways to fix that. There are a lot of things you can do. There are a lot of things you should look at. Alright, I'm going to sign off now. This is just a quick video. I would like you to do me a favor. Share the video. Please do click like, subscribe. I'm not tasking you with something that you have to do, but you know, sharing some videos, even if it's just to say, hey, look, this guy is totally crazy and he thinks that prisons are evil. Whatever, just share. Maybe it'll help you, maybe it'll help me, maybe it'll spark a conversation, alright? Have a good night.